This is geometry, starting chapter 12 on circles. And we are going to learn what the properties of circles are and how to graph circles. All right? A circle is not a function. However, we can graph them. So why is it not a function? An equation is a function when visually, like if I have something like this, which is a parabola, if I can draw a vertical line through it and it only intersects your graph at one point, then it is a function. Circles are not functions because when I draw a line through it, what happens? It intercepts the circle at 2 points, therefore not being a function. So typically we have a function when y is to the first degree, and in this case, x is squared. X can be raised to any power, and we would have a function as long as y is to the first power. X can be to any power, and we have a function. Because in order for it to be a function, you'll learn this next year, x can only have one and only one y. Y can have multiple x's, but x can only have one y. In a circle, the standard form for a circle is x squared plus y squared equals the radius squared. That's the form for a circle, the standard equation for a circle. This is when the center of the circle is at 0, 0. When we move it from 0, 0, we call that a transformation. We're transforming the circle from one place to another, and we're going to transform them. All right, so if I gave you the equation x squared plus y squared equals 4, where's the center of the circle? At 0, 0. And what's the radius of the circle? This is what? The radius squared.
2.
So square rooted, and the radius is 2. How do you graph it? You go over 2, you go up 2. Here's my center. I'm going from the center in all 4 directions, back 2, down 2, and you graph your circle. All right, so then what if I gave you the equation x squared plus y squared equals 16? Then what do we know about this equation?
The center is 0, 0.
The center is 0, 0, and Selby?
The radius is 4.
The radius is 4. So then how do I graph it? I can graph it on the same coordinate system. I'm going 4 in every direction. And that would be the circle. Now, can you graph? Can you graph that one? You graph this one. Yes?
So,
Where's the center?
0, 0.
Okay, the center is 0, 0.
And then the square root of 49 is 7, right?
And so what is that? What is
The
7?
radius.
The radius is 7. All right, so graph it.
So x squared plus y squared equals the radius squared?
Yes.
Okay.
That's our formula.
That's the formula. Until we move the center from 0, 0. Put some numbers there. Put some numbers on your graph. Put some numbers like 1, 2, 3, and
Wait,
not
so
just
what did it stay 49? Why would it use 7?
because it's the radius squared. So
Oh,
49 equals the radius
Oh,
squared.
And
So you take the square root of it to get, are you graphing it?
I don't have any graphic.
You can just use regular paper.
Well,
All right, so this one. It should simply be a larger circle with your radius of 7. Yes.
Do we need to start bringing graph data?
No, if I put this on a test, I will provide a graph. All right, so now look at number 2 on your handout. You'll have this handout? That was number 1. Look at number 2. X squared plus y squared equals 324. Where's the center?
0, 0.
0, 0. Ethan, what's the radius? 18. How'd you get it? Yes, ma'am.
is this a handout that y'all just got?
Yes. Do you don't have it?
I don't think I do.
You don't have either handout?
It was in the bathroom. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
I don't have one either.
Okay. The first one's kind of crooked. Oh well, that's the way the printer did it. I don't like it, but. All right. So do you see? Number 2, the center is at 0, 0. And the radius is the square root of 324, which is 18. All right, but most circles do not have a center at 0, 0. So here's the formula when the center is at 0, 0. I'm going to show you the formula for a translated one that's been moved. The center has been moved. Now your center is at the values of H, K. All right, this is true with all equations that have a center. So that could be an ellipse, a hyperbola, a parabola. The center is always that HK value when it has been shifted or moved. All right, so let's just write a couple of these. All right, so this is at X, not minus. This is X minus the value of H plus Y minus the value of K. So what's my HK value? It's 3, 5. That's the coordinate point for the center. What is my radius? Not 9, but
3.
the square root of 9. So my radius is 3. So I begin by graphing my center. So here's my center. Now, this is like my 0, 0. So I'm going up, to the left, to the right, and down from the center by 3. All right, so I'm going to go up 3 from the center. I'm going to go to the left, right 3 from the center, to the left 3, and down 3. And then I can graph my circle. All right, let's look at another example. What if instead this is plus? The minus sign stays. It's minus the value of k. So what must be the value of k if it's minus the value of k? I heard you. What'd you say? -5. Because minus a negative gives me a positive. Yes, Abby?
I'm still not sure how to find H and K. Like, how do you know which one?
Okay, H always goes with your X. K always goes with your Y. The minus signs are part of the equations. So when it's minus the value of H, which is 3. It's not -3. So now my center is at 3. But because it's +5, I need to make that minus and figure out what my K value is.
So if it's plus, then K will be negative.
Correct. Or I can just teach you this. It's always the opposites of the sign. So it's 3, -5. It's always the opposite. All right, so this one would be at 3, -5. So this one's going to go in this fourth quadrant. 1, 2, 3, 4, -5. So this one is going to be here. And from this center, I'm going my radius up 3, over 3, the other direction 3, and down 3. And I can graph my circle. All right, so look at number 3. Yes?
So why are there 2 circles?
Well, this one goes with the plus. This one was the first one when this was minus.
So is there always going to be 2 circles?
No. I did 2 different equations. The different equations had different circles. All right, look at number 3. What's the radius? What's the radius for number 3?
Oh, it's just square root of 183.
Square root of 183, because otherwise it's a decimal, but it's about 13.5. What's the center of that circle? Yes? -2, 3. That's right. So the center is going to be at -2, 3, and you're going to go up, down, left, right, a little over 13.5. Okay, number 4. Ethan, where's the center? Number 4.
-7, -8.
-7, -8, and what's the radius?
8.
8. All right. No?
I'm just kind of confused.
Okay. Let me help you, Landry.
Like how you're getting into Ignite, can you just walk me through how you're getting like -7?
Yes. All right, so it's x plus 7 squared, but the formula is x minus h squared.
Oh, okay.
So it's got to be x minus
Okay.
h has to be a -7 to make that a positive. So you can just memorize it's opposite, opposite. All right, so Landry 5, where's the center?
It's negative 10, negative 9.
Correct. And what's the radius?
6.
Correct. 6. Chris, where's the center?
6.
Yep.
Center. Wait, what, Crowley?
On this.
That, okay, 6.
Number 6.
Alright.
This is actually the answers. Number 6. What's the center, Chris?
So it's negative 5, 10,
Correct. Negative 5, 10. And what's the radius?
3.
3. Okay, this is a hard one, Luke. Number 7. 0, because x has nothing subtracted from it. 0, negative 2. And what's the radius? 11. Abby, number 8. Where's the center?
The center is 14, 2,
14, 2. And what's the radius?
2.
That's it. Okay.